So, Shannon, I start with you. Did The Last Dance hurt MJ's reputation?
I think it's twofold, Jenny, and two things, again, can be true. I believe this documentary has elevated Michael Jordan into a lot of people's mind that he is the greatest basketball player of all time because he was able to do things. We saw the flu game wasn't a flu game. It was a food poisoning game, Skip. And we see big shot after big shot, and we see when seemingly all the odds are against him. This is the year the Knicks were going to take him down, and then the Pacers were going to take him down, and this was Karl Malone. This is their chance. They were better. They were better than what they were before. They were a better defensive team, all that, yada, yada, yada. But somehow he was able to overcome all of that. And when you look at it 6 for 6, it's hard to refute that and in the manner in which he got to 6 for 6. But, Skip, I do believe it hurt him as a player because in the end, when Steve Kerr said they were all around and said Michael Jordan wrote a poem, and he says and I've been saying this all along, that this documentary has humanized him. Skip, he says, Michael Jordan writing poetry, as me and my teammates saw him as a bully sometimes. That is what Steve Kerr said. Now, am I supposed, hold on a minute, Skip. Am I supposed to believe Skip Bayless and others, or am I supposed to believe my lying ears? I just need to know, because Steve Kerr said it. Me and my teammates sometimes saw Michael as a bully. Now, that was somebody that was there. Shannon, you weren't there. You don't know. Everybody else that was not there do not know. But this is what a man said from inside. I believe we should give him great deference. Latitude, Skip, that's what that is. I know you know them big old words going to Vanderbilt, which is not the equivalent of Savannah State, but that's not what we're here to debate today. You and I both know, Skip, I believe his stature, Skip, it's just like anything. If you look at, I know you don't be following these verses, these battles on IG Live. It was I Got Nelly Mo and Luda. Skip, watch the sales go up, because people are like, oh man, they was like that. Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, sales went up 300%. So when a documentary, and that highlights a player, obviously people are going to have a different perception, especially those not old enough to actually see him play in his prime or play 96, 97, 98. But Skip, there's no way around it. No way around it that he's going to get some blowback. He's going to get viewed negatively in some aspects because of the way he was as a teammate. And he still wouldn't let it go. Told Scotty Burrell, after this, I don't care where I see you. I'm going to fight you. If I see you at the bar, we're going to start a barroom brawl. So, Skip, for me, I believe it accentuated him as a player, but I also think it somewhat devalued him as a teammate.
By the way, before I launch on everything you just said, Nelly over Luda is as much a mismatch, as big a mismatch as Jordan over LeBron is, just for the record. So thank you for bringing that up. Now, to your point, before I get to the goods here, let me say that ESPN did also conduct a poll. I guess it's over the last couple of days. My friend Jeremy Schaap conducted it, and they had 600 respondents. 300 of them were between ages 18 and 34, and 300 others were over the age of 35 and over. And in that poll, Jordan beat LeBron in every way, shape, and form. Any category that you threw up, it was like 75% to 25% Jordan over LeBron, even down to who would you choose to be your teammate? It was about 65% Jordan to 35-ish% LeBron. So the point is that you can see, maybe it's a small sample size, but I believe it wouldn't have been that tilted before the documentary. Now, back to your point that we've gone back and forth about that Jordan came off as a bully. To me, I don't define bully the way apparently you do, because bullies lose in the end. Bullies self-destruct. Bullies are insecure. Bullies have manhood issues that they cloak or camouflage by picking on the weak. And if you had a bully running a basketball team of this caliber, of this stature, it would implode because they would mutiny. They would revolt against the bully leader who was a phony because he's a fake tough guy in the end. Jordan was not a fake tough guy. He was simply the baddest you-know-what who ever stepped on a basketball court or a football field or a baseball field or on hockey ice. There's never been a force of nature like Michael Jordan. So in the end, he had to take a team that was mentally soft and toughen it up to be able to help him in key little moments in playoffs to get to his ultimate prize, which was a 6th championship. What did we see from Scottie Pippen? As he said in the documentary, they needed toughening up because he had talent. No doubt Scottie did. He was mentally soft. He's not an alpha. He was often not there when Jordan needed him most. See migraine. Then when Jordan was obviously gone to play baseball, see the Knicks game when he quit and he pouted at the end of the bench. See game 6, he had a back injury. I don't know what it was. They told me before the game he also had flu-like symptoms. I don't know. I think the pressure often got to Scottie Pippen, but Michael lifted him up. Michael kept Dennis Rodman barely in bounds because Dennis was afraid of Michael Jordan. Tony Kukoc was afraid of him too, and Tony was seen as a soft Euro player. He toughened him up. He toughened up Scotty Burrell, who was the 20th overall pick. He had some talent, but he was mentally soft, and he admitted as much. I needed Jordan. I even saw Will Perdue, another guy Michael jacked in the mouth during a practice skirmish. I saw Will on ESPN this morning, went to Vanderbilt University. I know Will pretty well. Will's now raving about the same Jordan that in the documentary he said he could be an a-hole, he could be a jerk. He crossed the line numerous times, but in the end, he thought he was a hell of a leader and hell of a teammate. Nobody turned on him. All the people that he abused, everybody he ridiculed and put through hell, they all swear by him now. He swore at them, they swear by him. Shannon, in the end, it actually made him greater. It increases your awe for him because it worked. It's like, did General Patton work? Yeah, it worked. It saved us. It's what was required at the moment. Would it work today with some of these teams we have today? No, it wouldn't work today. It worked then, and it worked 6 times. It worked in ways Phil Jackson never would have been able to motivate that team. It's why I told you Jordan is the greatest leader/motivator I was ever around. And I'll throw in Ray Lewis, Tom Brady, you name them. This guy was a cut above all of them. So I think this only helped his aura, his legacy, his reputation. I think it lifted him up even higher onto a pedestal that is so beyond LeBron that it's now been the last dance for your GOAT argument.
Well, what I did is I disregarded. When it said Michael Jordan is a better passer than LeBron James, I disregarded everything else. When they said he's had a bigger positive off-the-court influence than LeBron James, I disregarded everything else because now you're bull-jiving. You're bull-jiving. You're bull-jiving. Nobody, not even Skip Bayless, not even the greatest Michael Jordan supporters can say Michael Jordan is a better passer than LeBron James. You're talking about a guy that has point guard Magic Johnson and John Stockton level skills, and he is a forward, a small forward. And to say Michael Jordan, come on. So I disregard. So now I just like, okay, it's just a fan.
Shannon, real quick. Yeah, real quick. One year, Michael Jordan, his highest year of assists, he averaged 8 assists in 1988.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson told me several times Michael could have averaged 10 assists a if necessary. It was not necessary. So in the end, what did we see at the end of the doc? Go ahead.
No, what kills me is that Michael could have done all this. But when I say LeBron could have done this or could have done that, well, why doesn't he? That's the difference between him and Michael, that killer mindset. If Michael Jordan could have averaged 10 assists a game, he would have. That's why he averaged 30. That's why he has the second most 50-point games, because that's what he wanted to do. You can't say now because he didn't do it. If he wanted to, he could have. Because when I make that same argument for other players, you're not trying to hear it. So why must I hear it now that if Michael would have wanted to average 10 assists tonight, or would have wanted to have more triple doubles, he would have. Michael did. If you're telling me, if I'm to believe what everything that you and others have told me up until this point, that Michael did what he wanted to do and he did it how he wanted to do it. If I'm to believe that, why should I go away from the theory now that all of a sudden he didn't want to do that? Michael wanted to be the best. Okay, I got no problem with that. But this notion now that he held back something because that's not what he wanted to do. Stop it. You and I both know. And Skip, the fact of the matter is, that was the fans. I'm saying in the eyes of some, his teammates, Skip, Michael Jordan played 15 years. Why didn't that style work the first 7 years? Why didn't that style work in Washington? Remember, I read an article the other day, they despised him in Washington. Did you hear what Stackhouse said? Stackhouse said, I was a better player.
He was...
What? See?
Yeah, he was
No, Skip,
38 and 39 years of age, and he came back out of shape. He was not even remotely what he was 4 years previous in 1998.
Whoa, that's the GOAT. That's the GOAT. Because everybody's telling me now, oh, if he'd have played now with the advent of training and nutrition, oh, he'd have been so much better. He'd have averaged 72 points. Well, whoa. Hold on. Did they not have training and nutrition in 1998 and in 2000, 2001, and 2000? Did they not have that? But I did see him smoke a lot of cigars in the training room. I did see that. You saw that too, right? So all I'm saying is,
I did see him at age 38. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You saw him at age 38 do what?
At age 38, he averaged 23 and 6. That's kind of goatish to me to be able to do that for a bad Washington team.
Hold on. But he was on that bad Washington team. So, hold on. Michael Jordan. Now, wait a minute. During those 6 NBA Finals, you said Michael Jordan made everybody better. He made everybody level rise to the occasion. So why couldn't he do that in Washington? That's Michael Jordan. Remember, Skip, that is Michael Jeffrey Jordan, 10-time scoring champ, 6 for 6, 6 MVPs, 6 MVPs in the Finals, 5. So why couldn't that work in Washington?
Okay, so I got to ask you this. Off the court, I've always said Michael not in LeBron's league when it comes to social injustice stances that LeBron has repeatedly, convincingly taken. Way to go, LeBron. But did you see Barack Obama, our former president, at the end of the documentary, raving about Michael Jordan's cultural impact? He changed the world, the way we saw sports. David Stern said he took basketball global at a time it was only here. And the impact that Obama saw, obviously, inside out from the Chicago days, it was extraordinary. He put basketball on the map globally. He changed the way we viewed sneakers and basketball. So you have to give him some off-the-court impact.
Yes. Skip, he made fashion sneakers because you had guys all of a sudden wearing sneakers with tuxedos, sneakers with suits, sneakers now, Skip, they wear sneakers with everything. That's Michael Jordan. That's him. Yeah, I'm not debating that. When it comes to sneakers, it's Michael Jordan. And then, Skip, hold up. Shaq said there was Michael Jordan, there was no 9, there was 7 and 8s. Man, when it comes to the sneakers, it might be Michael Jordan, and then we got 5s and 6s. Because his sneakers, they're never going to be that.
That's true.
We're never going to see that again, Skip. There's never going to be what he is because he cornered the market. He got such a head start on everybody in the sneaker game. There's nobody that's going to catch up. And long after Michael Jordan rest his soul, they're going to be selling Air Jordans. Just like they're starting to bring back those Kobe, Skip. If you notice, they're starting to come back with the Grinch and the Bruce Lees of the Kobe's. But Skip, i.e. Saturday. Think about that. That was Go James that had President Obama and all these other guys wishing the 2020 graduating high school seniors because they were not going to be physically able to walk the stage and wave at their parents and their family and friends be in attendance to say thank you. He did that. I promise. He did. So for me, Skip, look, it's tough. And I know it's tough now, Skip, because it's like anything, Skip. When you go see a great movie, when Jack Nicholson or Tom Hanks or Denzel was in a movie, you're like, that's the greatest performance. Skip, we forget Brando. We forget Daniel J. Lewis. We forget Humphrey Bogart. We thought Clark Gable. We just say that's the greatest performance. And I Skip, and I'm not saying that Michael Jordan isn't great, because Michael Jordan is great. There's no question about that. I would never say Michael Jordan isn't great. But it's like, you know how it is, Skip, once we see something, or it's like something we eat. Man, that's the best dish I ever had. Man, you forget the stuff that Granny and Mama used to cook for you back in the day. Man, this is the greatest dish because it's the newest, it's the freshest, it's what we see right now. And so, Skip, I believe that Michael Jordan, this documentary, has, if you can even elevate Michael Jordan more than what he is as a basketball player, Skip, it's hard to imagine that you can elevate him more than what he is. But, Skip, I believe that's what this documentary has done. I believe it's even put him in a stratosphere, at a level that, for some, is unattainable. LeBron now, Skip, I believe, can win the next 4 championships, and they still say, nope, not good enough, not good enough. So I do believe it's elevated him as the basketball player on the court, but I think some of the things that some of his teammates said, and we look at what he did to some, I think it takes some value away in that aspect. But there's no question about it, Skip. The man, hey, I got all those shoes upstairs in my closet and some at home for a reason.
Shannon, I told you going into this documentary, the biggest reason that after 22 years, Jordan finally said, okay, I give you the okay to release all this inside behind closed doors footage in a documentary. 22 years it took him, is because he got sick and tired of hearing LeBron is better than Jordan. And this, to me, closed the case. I'll give you second best if that's what you need today, just because I feel sorry for you. You can call him the second GOAT if you want to, the GOAT, maybe that's what it is. But Shannon, it's game over now on GOAT.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.